Hello friends, in this video I'm going to cover regarding certificates. So we use certificates for encryption and for SSL purpose to prove whether the server is valid or is it trustworthy. To encrypt, if you want to encrypt any message into any message and send across to the internet and decrypt it, the other party will decrypt it. So in that encryption we have two methods. One is symmetric and other one is asymmetric. In symmetric, we use the same key for to decrypt also, and for both encryption and decryption, we use the same key. For example, if I have a password string, that will be used to first encrypt the string, then the other party will use the same key to decrypt it. So, in terms of performance, this is very quick, but it is not safe. So, if it is for internal server, internal purpose, we can use that. If you are going to send your data over the internet, then you have to use asymmetric, which is very safe, but it has a performance issue. For big messages, for bigger messages, more than 250 bytes, it won't work. So that is what RSA algorithm. So we will see using Key Explorer. We will see how to create this. We will see how to create. We will see how to create. At times, our internal and if your internal traffic is stopped by your policy, that might be because of the CA certificate, CA certs. Inside Java, we have a CA certs algorithm that is nothing but your certificate authority trusted algorithm. So this file we should import. Uh, so for example, if you double click this one, these are the trustworthy algorithms imported to the CA certificates at the Java runtime. So we can import as well our new public certificates here, something like this. So we have to choose a public certificate, which has to be, for example, I have one. This is given by ZA Scala. This install. I can see something. I can see it here. So this was known as API Kraken com. This is a free API available in the internet. So we search with API. Sorry. Control home. Yeah, this is the one available now. But it is saying it is expired already because it was given for a day. So that is why it's been expired. So in my Key Explorer, for example, I can create JKS or importing our public certificates and attach it to our JKS what we have. Otherwise, we can use Java. It's an advanced Java cryptography encryption file where we can have, for example, I have in this file, I have three algorithms. One is two are following that AES algorithm, and one is for Blowfish. We can do that like this: generate key. This is, as I said, as it is a symmetric algorithm. We need only one key, which will be shared to the for the party who is going to decrypt also. So, so these are the different types of available symmetric algorithms. So this is going to create only one key. If I generate something like this, so you need to have a passphrase alias. So I'm going to say it's a blowfish one, and the password is change IT. So it has been created. This is how I will create it. So this can be same referred inside our MuleSoft code. So I have another file which is based on algorithm RSA. It is an asymmetric, so it will have public and private key. So you can export a public key from here. For example, that is exported public key. So you can only export public key from here. So this was the original actual one. So I can export basically both the private key and public key from here. So usually we'll be giving private key to the person who is going to encrypt. Only I can decrypt it. That's a funda. So, but this is having performance issue. It'll process a lot, right? but you can, so only if you have that key you can decrypt it. Otherwise, if you lost the key, you cannot decrypt it at all. So I'm going to the mule subcode now. um, I'm running. First we will see it in the post using postman. So this is my encryption algorithm. uh, I have, so this is asymmetric encrypt, which is using that RS algorithm which I have created in the key explorer. So I'm going to de-encrypt it. So this encryption is going to be like this, and it will put it in an object store. The decrypt is the one which decrypts the same, right? I'm not having anybody here, so it will take it from the object store and it will decrypt it and give it. So this is how your asymmetric encryption works, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it heavyweight. It's saying 200, but I didn't get anything out of it. So let me go back here and see what has happened. Or come here, go back to your decrypt algorithm. It's saying that bad padding exception. That means that it exceeded the number of characters it's allowed. It's been allowed. It's allowed almost 250 characters. So if it is less than 250 characters, then it works. Not 250 characters, 250 bytes. So let me try this one. It works nicely. So this is the, so when you're planning for a bigger encryption methods, what you need to do, you have to use PGP, right? So PGP can encrypt anything, but that has a lesser processing time. That is not lesser processing time. That is still heavy, but you can, for if you have to do that, then you have to do it, right? If you want to send it over internet, you have to have a PGP encryption and decryption. That I'll cover it in the next video. As of now, I have two, and so this is using RSA. I have shown you. So I have another method, which actually whatever works from here, instead of object store, I've taken. We can give it here and make it work. Yeah, see, this is how clearly it says that it's more than 256 bytes. Damn it! So I'm getting this. This one's, hopefully this works. Okay. This works nicely when we insert from object store. So I have two eccentric here, two eccentric flows here, which is going, one is for encryption, another one is for decryption. This one is for encryption. I have JC encrypt. JC is Java cryptography. Yeah. So the module. How to include the module? You have to go to the exchange and include it. For example, this one. Go to search in exchange and get that in cryptography module. CRY crypto. I have installed it already, so that requires login as well. So here is my mapping between my I have shown you the key explorer. So this is my file. So this has private key and public key. So what I have done, I have separated this encryption public key separately because this is the one we give it to our partners, them to encrypt and send it to us, right? So this select the types JCKS. So this is done. The key ID, the password, you can see that I have given a change ID when doing that. The alias I have created here, this alias matches to this entry name. You can see that here, subject's common name is encryption, right? So that is the one we are giving here. This key ID is nothing to do with the certificate, but this has to match with if you have multiple certificates, right? I will show you in a minute. I have JKS which has multiple certificates for this. We are back. Okay. So what we were talking about is JKS having multiple files, multiple encryption methods, and I'm going to show you it's a blowfish, right? So this one has a key ID in it. So I've shown you what is the common name that we have to give. So this is my key ID, ask Bernie. So this you see the key ID I have matched it here. Ask Bernie. Right, that's a blowfish and the password is here. So this should match. So I'm going back to the symmetric one where I have to run. So this is my encryption. This is done. So based on this formula I have given here, either you can give it here or the global crypto module configuration. In either one of the places is enough. So we have encrypted and stored it in a object store as it is. So it is an object store now in the name of op store. So I'm going to decrypt it, right? So the decryption we are retrieving it from object store as it is as an object op store. We are taking it. We have nothing else. Then we are decrypting it using a different key. I have used the key there was a public key. Now I'm going to use a different key here. So remaining all the same. So this one, if you see, it's an encryption that JCKS, which is having that both the keys, public and private keys. If you see, if you notice here, it is not here. This one is not here. I've given all of them here. My common alias is encryption, some key, and the password. Right. So this is how my RS encryption works. So this is a symmetric model. I have a couple of examples for symmetric as well, blowfish and AES. So let's check how it works. So I'm going back to the Postman and open the one of the URL for. See this one as it says that I don't have any limit like 256 bytes. It should be 256. Right. My blowfish encrypts and decrypts as it is. I have encryption and both decryption. Since I'm going to use the same key. Let me say, yeah, this is the encryption decryption. Once I receive them, I'm going to encrypt it. Here I have mentioned ask Barney here, and other infos are none. So I'm going to refer that here. So this is my ask Barney key ID is here. I'm giving the alias as blowfish, and password is change 18. I'll show you where it is in my key explorer. So this is my blowfish algorithm. I given this is my algorithm. I given the entry name is the newly created one is this one. The old one is this guy. So it's the name entry name is blowfish. I've given that there. Alias is blowfish. This is common, and the password is blowfish for it. So this is done. So for the AES algorithm, we have used JCKS. For decrypt, what we have used. Now for this one, asymmetric RSA. We used JCKS. So the other one is now AES. The AES has same thing, JC encrypt and decrypt. I'm going to refer the same file for this one as well. So key is something ask skeleton. I'm going to show you where it is. So ask skeleton. I don't have anything, but I have this configured here. The common name which matches your within your JKS file, it matches the common name and takes it. The alias is AES1. So I can go to the key explorer, see the AES1. This is the algorithm I'm using. So this is the encoded key which I'm going to use to encrypt and decrypt. This is pretty much faster, and there is no limit for this one to encrypt it. The DKS has similar. We have decrypt. Decrypt as well has the same key because it's a symmetric. So ideally, if we are going to send your data across internet, your RSA is the right one, or RPGP. Because RSA is having a limit, you have to use PGP algorithm, and that I'm going to cover it in next video. In the next video, so I'm going to post everything. This is how my flow looks like. Right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to post this whole thing in the YouTube, also the certificates, so that you can play around. Or I'm going to put it in a GitHub and give the URL in the YouTube. Yes. Thank you for watching. Hope it helps.